What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Rad2501 here with a video that's been requested a few times. I don't believe I did this one. This is TF2 versus Overwatch versus Matpat versus my anger. Okay, and this is by Peter Scraps. Interesting name. I haven't subscribed to him, so I don't know. Or I believe this is a commentary he's doing when Matpat did a video on TF2 versus Overwatch. Well, I didn't care for the format, so I never did a reaction to it. Alright, so let's see what he's got to say. So obviously this evoked strong feelings in some people. Alright, so let's go.
This is what I'm going to call the inevitable shitstorm pre-damage control disclaimer. I like TF2, I like Overwatch, I like Matpat. I don't like his recent video on TF2 versus Overwatch. And many of the points in his video were just complete and utter bull semen. Also, don't make any disparaging comments, but unbiased discussion and the odd debate is welcome.
Not a lot of games have taken off as quickly as Blizzard's new juggernaut.
Yeah, I don't
Overwatch.
care for a lot of his opinions, and I don't much care for
shooters,
his type
Overwatch
of
or
humor
Overwatch.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those videos, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, it's only polite to respect our elders, so Team Fortress 2, you go first.
Oh, wow. So gracious. Free. Team Fortress 2 is a free game.
Yeah, tell that to this guy.
Boom!
Yeah,
Done.
there you
Shut
go.
it down.
Tell that to this guy. Free in quotations.
Consider that Overwatch has microtransactions.
Oh, what, really? And TF2 doesn't? Look,
yeah,
the only
my boy.
microtransaction you can get is just buying over expensive loot boxes, which you can get anyway by just playing the damn game. And let's be real here, the only reason there is even an option to buy them is so YouTubers can open 100 of them the moment an update comes out.
Very
and then
true,
you have to
very
consider
true.
that the stuff you get out of the loot boxes has no monetary value. You can't trade or sell them, so why would you?
And people say that Candy
Shut up
Crush
and give me your money, yeah.
Candy Crush is shit and you know it. Comparing Candy Crush
know, it's
to
kinda
Overwatch
funny.
is kind of a cardinal
It's kind
sin.
of fun.
Okay, sure. Overwatch is being sold
like
as a
Bejeweled,
complete
though,
game
same
at full
thing.
price, but that's because it is.
I'm going to say something that both
No,
of them
it
have
isn't.
not said in the entire video, and that's, in my opinion, it is not a full game.
Yes,
the full
thank
game
you.
has 13 maps in it. The Overwatch experience for me ended prematurely because of lack of maps.
It also has story, but doesn't give you an actual story.
Maybe get what you want.
Or, and I promise you this is a mechanic in Overwatch, you can buy your damn skins. I mean, sure you'll need to open a few crates first, but there is a mechanic to actually get specific skins.
That's a chance to get that skin.
Please, go to an acting class!
If you want to play as a scout, wearing a Dovahkiin helmet, wielding a
that's
giant
sweet.
fish as a weapon, you can.
You can't. The fish isn't big, and the Dove hacking helmet is not an all class.
TF2 allows complete
so the scout can't wear that helmet?
over your character's.
That's loadout.
What the hell is
Why are you
that?
showing a loadout image?
It would appear as though
Loadout?
I am on fire.
No.
It would appear as though my cringe bone is broken.
One element where Overwatch loses out to TF2,
yeah,
and that is
exactly. Thank you.
aesthetics.
You're posting in the wrong neighborhood.
But Overwatch wins where it truly matters, and that is gameplay.
In your
No.
opinion, that is a purely subjective statement right there.
Yes,
The
that's
game
very true.
has stood the test of time.
Yes, it
Stood,
has.
Sure, but is now getting replaced.
Replaced? Okay, this is going from
Says
purely
who?
subjective into the realm of destructively opinionated.
TF2 player numbers have been on the decline since October of 2014, according to Steam Charts data. And numbers since Overwatch's release in May have reached an all-time low.
Fun fact, Overwatch's release seems
Actually,
to have
TF2 is
boosted
on the
player
climb right
numbers. The only explanation
Oh,
being that
ha.
Blizzard fans are exposed to the controversial granddaddy of the genre and the class-based shooter genre, and while player numbers have been on the slight decline over a much longer period than Overwatch's release, I don't think it can constitute as Overwatch killing TF2, or even TF2 killing TF2.
Actually, I heard that,
Overwatch
recently
is a
I heard
true
that
team-based
TF2's
shooter.
player base is on the rise lately.
Always completing your objective. Team Fortress is also objective-based,
I'm claiming
but features
responsibility
things
for
like kill
TF2's
death
popularity
ratios
being on the
and
rise,
rewards
too.
for dominating the enemy.
Kill death ratios are only inside of competitive, and there are no rewards for dominating. Only a little medal on the score screen. And that isn't exactly a reward.
Stats and achievements that are directly tied to killing the opponent repeatedly.
When I see statistics, I want
isn't-
to see that I have killed people repeatedly. That's the point of statistics, to an
As he
extent.
shows
And
his
what
game
would
footage where he's
achievements
dicing
be
up a
without
scout in the little
achievements being
chunks.
tied to killing people?
This makes it much less appealing to play as, say, a healer or other support character, since they're not as likely to get impressive numbers in those areas.
As a quote-unquote medic main, I find it very satisfying seeing my healing done being very high. But that's just me.
Yeah, they
Overwatch
get stats
does
for their
Team
healing done.
Fortress
That's why
better
nobody wants to pick
than
Mercy
Team
in Overwatch.
Fortress.
I think what you meant to say was Overwatch does team in Team Fortress better than Team Fortress, but I'm sure that's too confusing.
You know,
for the
I
kids
will
watching
actually
your show.
agree with
Yeah, I
that
would
though,
hope
because
so, considering
Overwatch
it's the
is more of a
same
team game
nearly
than Team
a
Fortress
decade
really is,
later.
because Team
I
Fortress,
am not
everybody's
going
just
to
running
go
around
into
with their
a
heads
rant
chopped
about why
off.
you're wrong, but you are wrong about that.
Only with
I didn't hear that. What do you say?
Considering it's the same game nearly a decade later.
I am not going to go on a 10-minute rant about why you're wrong. but you
Overwatch
are
has a
wrong
lot of
about
differences
that.
to
Only
TF2.
with fewer
In
maps,
fact, it
of
only
course.
has 2 game modes.
TF2 has 100.
Including the community maps. But are you
Yeah.
not going to mention those? No? Okay, fine.
How many does Overwatch have again?
12, but
But what?
He's
But
just saying
what?
but to sound nervous. You all know it.
You can call me Torbjorn, because I'm just standing here, and I just got play the game.
Sick roast?
Torbjorn doesn't do that. Torbjorn, as I understand, plays like a battle
quality
NG,
over
not
quantity.
a typical
Whereas
NG.
you brag about having 100
If you're gonna
maps,
do that, you
most
should have
of
said,
which are from the
just
community,
call me
mind you,
NG, because
which
I'm
is
sitting
not a
here
bad
and getting the
thing,
most
but
kills.
Overwatch's characters are just more mobile. They can roll,
You forgot to mention that rolling is actually a reloading mechanic, and movement is actually a small part of it.
fly,
In Before 23rd Hero actually identifies as an attack helicopter.
teleport,
TF2 can do
What?
that.
you glide,
What do you
Forgot
say?
to mention that rolling is actually a reloading mechanic, and movement is actually a small part of it.
fly,
In Before 23rd Hero actually identifies as an attack helicopter.
teleport,
Attack
TF2 can do that.
helicopter.
use grappling hooks.
TF2 can do that.
There's
Yes.
no need for convoluted rocket jumping in Overwatch.
Yeah, who needs a practice skill to have an advantage over other players?
I mean,
Blizzard
I
is
suck at
actively
rocket jumping, but I
policing
think
porn
rocket
of these
jumping in over
characters
in
that's been popping
TF2 is
up online.
awesome.
I'm sorry, that's a good thing? I mean, whether you like porn or not, someone put a shitload of effort into it. But to be honest, I'm
Yeah,
not
people
surprised.
put too much effort
Blizzard
into
tend
that.
to be killjoys like that. What with them shutting
Yeah.
down the Starius and all that.
TF2
Oh, yeah,
just
that was the
has
thing.
more modes to
Well, it's
pick
because they
from.
wanted to come
That
out with their
includes
own. They
Team
see some
Deathmatch,
people being
Team
successful.
Deathmatch, Team
Oh, we
Deathmatch.
can't have
And of
people
course, who
making
could
money
forget
off of
such
something we're not
classic
using
game
anymore.
modes as
We want it
Humans
back.
vs. Robots, Monarch of the Circular Thing, and Passing Ball Game.
In a time when gamers are more accepting than ever to play different characters, Overwatch embraces diversity. While the characters
Oh,
in
God, here we
TF2 may
go.
be from all across the world, outside of the Demo Man and maybe the Pyro, they're all white males.
Yeah.
Alrighty then, I think
Yeah, he
Matpat
definitely
went
did
to
that.
one too many YouTube conventions. First off,
Yep.
acknowledging the things that defeat your point before you have made said point does not make your argument more valid. But let's try to apply a counter-argument here. For the male aspect, TF2 is set in 1968, and that number just screams sexism to me. In fact, that number falls smack bang in the middle of 1960s and 1980s, which was
Yeah.
when second wave feminism was in full swing. So I imagine that a very small percentage of mercenaries, if any, were women. And if they were, I doubt
Well,
that they
we all
would be
know
hired.
Overwatch.
But
We
that
all
is
know
hypothetical,
TF2 is
since
all
this
about
is a
realism,
fictional
right?
video game. And the white aspect. In Overwatch, there are 22 heroes, and let's see, Symmetra, Lucio, Ana, Farah. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to
Okay.
include Squid Lady for Overwatch or Pyro for TF2.
Well, she's French,
Percentage-wise,
so-
Overwatch is 18% coloured, and TF2 is 11. So the difference isn't that big, and both actually represent quite nicely the real-life racial diversity of England that stands at 14%. And
Huh.
while I'm talking about this, I
Weird.
notice he didn't include straight in the usual straight white male. Why? Because Overwatch hasn't actually announced any heroes as not being
Oh, so
straight.
this is
at
before
least
they
as of this
announced
video
that,
being made. Probably for
Tracer
fear of
was
a boom
gay.
in porn they have to then censor.
And
Yet
Soldier
Matpat
76
himself
is
made
gay.
a 12.5-minute video where he explains that Pyro is gay. Spoilers. On that funny note, TF2
Really?
actually has 100% more homosexual, quote, people than Overwatch.
But there are currently 22 characters in
At the time.
Overwatch, with more on the way.
Way too
compared to
damn
year
many, like a
9.
freaking game
I
of
get a feeling
Pokemon.
that Matpat has either forgotten or intentionally left out that TF2 isn't Overwatch, and you can indeed customize weapon loadouts
Yep.
to change the playstyle and to add more dimensions to a class. There
Yes.
are 214 weapons in TF2, including some reskins. All
Oh,
can be
well,
used
that's a
to
little
change
much.
up the playstyle of the class using
You
it.
don't
By
count the
using
reskins, man.
very
Talk
crude
about
maths,
individual weapons.
Squaring
You shouldn't just count the
214 and
reskins.
then dividing it by
That's
9
just
gets
that's
you
a aesthetic thing.
5,088, which is about how many combinations of weapon loadouts you can get. Again, the maths is probably wrong, and you're welcome to work it out properly and tell me in the comments
Nice.
section.
He's
This
like
was just
Master
to drive
Scout
home
right
the
here,
point that in
Norman.
Overwatch, there are 22 heroes stuck with their weapons and playstyles, their playstyles being 2, maybe 3 at best.
Yeah.
And TF2 has 9 classes and a metric shit ton of playstyles.
Well,
90%
healer,
of
damage,
which
and
suck,
tank.
but it's fun to shake up the
Yeah.
meta, you know?
More characters, more abilities means more opportunities to mess up the balance.
I'd actually say that TF2, with all its weapons, probably has more of a chance of messing up balance than Overwatch. In fact, it's already
Actually,
happening with
Overwatch
Pyro and his
screws up its
reserve
balance
shooter.
every time
You
they
say
introduce a new
TF2
character.
is more balanced, and yet Overwatch's smaller team size per match allows for more strategically constructed teams compared to the massive battles of TF2.
At this point, I've given up on him ever mentioning competitive or the 6v6 format.
And speaking of skill, the need to master not just one character, but multiple characters in order to be
People have to
successful
know
in
what
this
they're
game
doing.
means that it has a higher potential skill ceiling for the hardest of hardcore players.
I shit you not, I have had
tell
over
that to spy
3,000
mains,
hours
okay?
in TF2,
And scout
and I am
mains.
a bog standard player at best. TF2 is hard to learn, easy to play, and insanely difficult to master. Not just being able to play the class, but all the roles, strategies, and skills the class has to offer.
Yeah.
So you can play stock soldier well. What about using the direct hit effectively? Or being
Yeah,
able
I
to
suck
rocket
at that.
jump and the many different ways of doing it? Can you use a market gardener to effectively drop a medic? Can you play a role as roamer or pocket? Can you strafe, flick, track, C-tap? All these things and more make up a good soldier player. What about Farah? Can you press mouse 1? Or maybe press shift? Or,
And let's not forget as well, Overwatch simply looks and runs better. Team Fortress is a decade old, which makes it really hard to compete.
I don't get
yes!
that.
He finally said it. Overwatch has much more attention to detail, and it runs way better than TF2. My only minor gripe is probably just the facial expressions.
Team Fortress 2, on the other hand, uses a server system on the PC. These servers are hosting specific maps and modes, or rotations of maps and modes, and players can join whichever ones that they want. That way, they can find any set of servers that they really enjoy, stick around for as long as they'd like, and move to a different server whenever they feel like doing something else.
Anyone else feel like this video was made before the Meet Your Match update? Either that or they're being like really lousy with their research, which judging by the Dove hacking helmet is probably the case.
Unlike
Yeah,
the
that's
TF2
usually,
overhypers,
He will
Them.
never know the true meaning of overhyping until he's seen the TF2 subreddit.
excuse me,
There you go.
Overwatchers.
Ah, sick burn.
This game was a meme machine.
I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here, just so I don't end up pulling a Leafy and running the video into 20 minutes. If you
Whoa.
got this far into the video, props to you. Also, I'm gonna work on a new outro shroud to showcase donations and fan art. Anywho, bye lads.
Thanks for watching. Get a load of its British banter. Get a load.
Okay, so TF2 versus Overwatch versus Matpat versus My Anger. Okay, he was making a lot of good points there. Though, I understand where they were coming from with Matpat and that other guy, I don't know. Though, their over-dramatization of what the points they're making is it's just really, really bad. You know, these guys are really, really bad at acting. And I don't very much care for Matpat's sense of humor. Most of the times, he's not very funny. But that's just but you see, like they said, that's an opinion. Okay, that's opinionative. That's just how I feel. Okay, what Matpat was saying about Overwatch, you know, that's how he feels. You know, it just is. It is what it is. You can't really counter that because it's opinion. People have opinions. You know, you can't really counter an opinion. You can counter facts, but you can't really counter an opinion because it's just how people feel. Though, yeah, because of course some stuff has happened with TF2 and Overwatch since then. Like they said, there were no gay characters back then. Now there's like at least, what, 2 I know of? Yeah, it's Tracer and Soldier 76. You know, they had to have a gay girl, so then they had to have a gay guy. And some of the fans have been calling for, I think, what's her name? The one with the big robot. Diva. They want her to be gay. I don't know why. Whatever. I guess so people can get more porn. Or whatever. Yeah, because as much as Blizzard has tried to curb the creation of porn of Overwatch, there's a lot. Welcome to Rule 34 of the Internet. If it exists, there is porn of it. Anyway, also, guys, I have to apologize if you guys are hearing the fan right now. It's hot. Alright, it gets hot in my room. And I'm trying to keep my computer still on the crapper. I gotta keep it really cold, or otherwise the whole damn thing will shut down and everything I'm doing will just suck. Anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely did. Alright? So, he made a lot of good points, and he made some decent jokes. So, Peter Scraps, boom, subscription from me. Alright, I definitely recommend you guys click on the link to the original down in the description, get down to his channel, subscribe to him. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to me if you haven't. Don't forget to share this video on social media to attract more people to subscribe. Let's see if we can hit that 100K by April. We're already past quite a bit past 40K, and we're moving up there. So, ooh, so excited. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. Bye-bye.